Major first details have just dropped. James Cameron has just pulled back the curtain, and what's coming in Avatar 4 is unlike anything this franchise has ever attempted. We finally have new updates and new first looks for Avatar 4, like the time jump, the first details for Varang, the new secret Na'vi identity, Cameron's jaw-dropping story pivot, brand new biome previews, and the production update that confirms they are going full speed ahead. And yes, we finally have official confirmation of how much of Avatar 4 has actually filmed at this point. Okay, let's waste no time because this just dropped at the Saturn Awards and the internet has not stopped talking about it. Trinity Jolie Bliss, the actress behind Took, the youngest Sully kid, just confirmed on the red carpet exactly how much of Avatar 4 has been filmed. And the answer? She said, a wee little bit. We filmed like a first little section of it, and that's before this epic time jump which is going to really expand this story from the characters, plans, ecosystems of Pandora. She added, we barely touched the tip of the iceberg for what we know about this world. Here's where it gets wild. Reports say when that footage was filmed, Bliss was 9 years old. She's now 16. I find that crazy. They are literally growing up inside this production. And what makes this even more insane is that the footage they've already captured is specifically the portion of the story before the time jump, meaning the younger versions of these kids are already locked in forever. She officially recently confirmed The Way of Water and Fire and Ash are basically one story and that Avatar 4 and 5 are a whole next chapter, separate, different, bigger. Think of it like this. We just finished a 2-film arc, and now we're starting an entirely new saga. Does that make you more or less excited for 2029? Drop a comment below. Guys, quick turn, as I was editing the video, this literally just dropped. Yellowstone actress Koryanka Kilcher has filed a lawsuit against James Cameron, Disney, and Weta Digital, claiming that Cameron used a photo of her face taken from an LA Times ad when she was just 14 years old as the direct inspiration for Neytiri, without ever asking her permission. The crazy part is Cameron himself handed Kilcher a signed sketch of Neytiri at a Hollywood event in 2010 with a note that read, "Your beauty was my early inspiration for Neytiri. Too bad you were shooting another movie next time," a note she originally took as a compliment, but is now Exhibit A in her lawsuit. She's seeking damages and a court order to stop further use of her likeness. And with Avatar 4 in active development right now, this case could not have landed at a more critical moment for the franchise. Moving on, now before we talk about more production updates and major new details from insiders, let's talk about the time jump because then only the new updates and details are going to make sense. Before the controversy that I just talked about, James Cameron had confirmed a new first look at the Avatar 4 story, in which he said features a massive 8-year time jump from the end of Fire and Ash. Cameron initially hinted at 6 years, but it's actually closer to 8. And that changes everything for the Sully family. Loak, who was barely a teenager, is now a young adult warrior. All kids are all grown up, all with new responsibilities, new powers, new dynamics. And this isn't just a visual aging up. This is a full narrative reset. What does that new Pandora look like? According to Bliss, it's going to really expand this story from the characters' plans, the ecosystems of Pandora. And here's where the concept art we've been seeing over the past few years starts clicking into place. Cameron has teased for years that future Avatar films will explore polar ice regions, kinda like my thumbnail, desert landscapes with nomadic clans called the Wind Traders, and possibly even underground Earth-based Na'vi. Concept art released over the years confirms we're heading to Arctic environments, frozen tundra, ice Na'vi, temperatures that plummet to extremes Pandora has never shown us before. Let me know what you think about this. I'll come back to that biome expansion and more production updates, but first let's talk about the character everybody is buzzing about because she just got a massive upgrade. Here is the thing nobody was ready for after Fire and Ash, as we all saw Varang survived. And not only did she survive, James Cameron himself says she's going to be written up significantly for Avatar 4. At the Saturn Awards, Cameron told reporters Varang may need to be written up a little bit moving forward. She kind of just took her place amongst all the others, because there are a lot of characters and plates spinning. So yeah, we might want to make her a little more prominent. And then he compared it directly to how Payakan exploded in popularity after Way of Water and forced his way into Fire and Ash. So if you loved Varang in Fire and Ash, Cameron is basically saying, you haven't seen anything yet. Now guys, Stephen Lang also let something slip in a separate interview. He said Cameron is unusually engaged with fan reactions for Avatar 4, noting that core fans probably know more about Pandora than I do at this point. And Lang confirmed Cameron has already said, on record, you can't have too much Varang. The villain who shocked an entire fanbase by severing the spiritual connection, the Kuru of her enemies, is about to become the centerpiece of this next chapter. And if you're wondering what that means story-wise, guys, according to the official Making of Avatar book authored by Joe Fordham, which covers all 3 films, Varang is confirmed to debut something horrific in Avatar 4. Not just a new weapon, not just a new alliance. She is going to wear a cloak made entirely of severed Kurus, the neural braids of defeated Na'vi. Let me know if you guys would want this or a completely different villain. For context on how monstrous this is, when your kuru is severed, you don't just die physically, you are cut off from the afterlife. You are erased from existence in the most complete, irreversible way imaginable. Cameron himself was the one who proposed this concept, because he felt that Varang displaying severed heads on spikes, the original concept, wasn't brutal enough. He wanted something spiritually apocalyptic. Think about that for a second. Varang is not just a villain, she's an anti-Yeoh. Guys, the official making of book confirms her philosophy. She believes she is the only deity Pandora requires. And now all official reports point to her walking into Avatar 4 wearing the severed spiritual connections of everyone she's destroyed. Michelle Yeoh has been attached to the Avatar franchise since 2017, 7 years. She was originally set to play Dr. Karina Moog, a human scientist. And if you guys watched my recent videos on Avatar, you guys know that character is gone. Cameron confirmed in a Taiwanese news interview that Yeoh is no longer playing a human at all. Instead, she will appear as a Na'vi performance capture character named Paktu Elat, or Palak Pulat depending on translation, and she will debut in both Avatar 4 and Avatar 5. Cameron's exact words, "Michelle is definitely going to be in 4, if we make 4. She will play a performance capture character. Her character name is Paktu Elat. She will be a Na'vi." And based on fan speculation backed by the confirmed snow biome expansion, many believe Yeoh's character could be the Sihik of the Ice Na'vi clans that Avatar 4 is expected to explore. An Oscar-winning actress in a brand new performance capture Na'vi role, leading a never-before-seen clan in a frozen world we've never seen. If that doesn't get you hyped, nothing will. According to a report from The Wrap, James Cameron has described Avatar 4 and 5 as radically different from Avatar Fire and Ash, and one team member told The Wrap directly, "This, I see him like I'm on a mission. I firmly believe that he will complete his 5-film saga. Never underestimate James Cameron." Guys, the news and updates get crazier later, but part of that creative pivot comes directly from fan feedback. Stephen Lang revealed Cameron is more plugged into fan reaction for Avatar 4 than any previous film. He is literally using it to shape story decisions. The criticism that Fire and Ash felt too similar to Way of Water, Cameron heard it. His response makes something that feels genuinely unprecedented. New clans, new biomes, a grown-up Sully family, and a tonal shift towards something graver and more complex. The man responsible for Titanic, The Terminator, and the 2 highest-grossing films of all time is doing something rare: listening. And speaking of the pipeline behind all of this, Weta Digital is already sharpening new tools. Producer Rae Sanchini confirmed they are building out brand new technology specifically for the new biomes and new clans planned in 4 and 5, moving from Lightstorm's very bespoke internal platform to a more generally accessible system that could also bring down the production cost. Avatar Fire and Ash required 1.2 billion render hours for 3,132 VFX shots alone. What Weta is building for the ice and desert worlds of Pandora is said to be even more ambitious. Alright, now for the important production and release picture, because this is where things are less certain but still moving. Producer Rae Sanchini confirmed in April 2026 that Avatar 4 and 5 are full speed ahead. They are actively budgeting, scheduling, planning, and building out a new pipeline. The scripts are complete. Sanchini described them as brilliant, but she also called the December 21, 2029 and December 19, 2031 release windows tentative, and said an updated schedule will be confirmed in the not-too-distant future. The budget question is also real. The $2 billion blockbuster era of Avatar may genuinely be shifting. Disney is reportedly exploring cheaper, shorter sequels. But with Sam Worthington himself saying Avatar films feel like an independent movie, that the franchise has never had traditional studio pressure, it's very possible Cameron finds a way to make something that costs less but delivers more emotionally. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell, and let me know what you think about all this in the comments right now. I am Brian from Cinema Surge, and I will be keeping you locked in on every single Avatar 4 development the moment it hits.